Good morning. Welcome to the Artistic Artifacts Facebook Live. I'm Andy Martin, and we're glad that you're here. Please leave a check in. Tell us where you're from and where you dial, what's the weather like in your neck of the woods. We're finally starting to see some hints of spring here in Alexandria, and we're super excited to have that. So today is the 28th of February, and it is the last day for you to vote for the local quilt store contest that's sponsored by Annie. So this is a contest that by Annie runs every year, and Artistic Artifacts has been the winner for the state of Virginia for the past 2 years in a row. And for 2025, we were also the Creative Hub, one of the Creative Hub winners. So we would greatly appreciate your support by going to lqscontest.com, selecting the Artistic Artifacts store, putting in your email, your name, and some information about why you think Artistic Artifacts is the best quilt store. So again, today is the last day that you can vote for the local quilt store. We've got some great events that are coming up here at Artistic Artifacts. Next weekend, we have the Vest of Many Colors. That is a 2-day workshop that you're going to be doing some garment sewing. So if you have been interested in exploring garment sewing, please check out our classes tab on the Artistic Artifacts website so that you can get signed up. Also in April, we've got 2 big events. First off is the Stitchwise event. That's going to be with Sandra Swick. That's going to be in early April. That's and this is an opportunity for you to, if you are not a Bernina owner or you're looking at upgrading to a different machine, you can explore and try out a bunch of the different machines, a bunch of different features and different projects that Bernina has to offer. And then at the end of April, we have the Creative Summit. This is a 3-day event that is being that we curate here at Artistic Artifacts. We've got 4 great instructors that are going to be doing different mixed media and fabric projects. So the Creative Summit is our signature kind of a culminating event for us every year. We love to see all the community members that come to the Creative Summit. And you just can't find it anywhere else. So definitely check us out. We've got some great new kits. So this is the Kaleidoscope plaid quilt kit. So again, super fun fabrics, great pattern on this, and look at all these awesome fabrics that we've got in this kit.
Is that a Juicy Juice?
Yes, it is. I think it is.
Oh, Billy Roo.
I'm sorry,
Billy Roo.
I'm sorry.
No,
Yes.
I'm sorry. That's a Billy Roo.
If you follow me on social media, you know that I've been working with Seth Apter's fabrics, and we did kit the project that I did on my last quilt. This is the photo. This is the Diana supersized quilt. This is a quilt pattern that's in the Stripology Quickies book. Comes together really great, really quickly, and I made this quilt all with my serger. So, if you're familiar with Villa Rosa patterns, this is the Villa Rosa Level Up pattern, and we've got a strip set and some yardage that will make this level up quilt. Oh, there it is.
And look at the beautiful. You can't. Oh, there you can. Is the quilting on the solid fabric really shows up from the Bernina Q24. Yeah. Yes.
And then, again, we're getting to spring, so we've got some great new bundles. So these are the, this one is from Cherrywood. Some really, really fun. I'm sorry, this is Anna Maria Textiles.
I got Cherrywood on your brain when I talked about the monk fabric.
Indeed. So great colors there. This one's Andover.
And that's an Allison Glass.
This is Allison Glass.
Look at those colors. Ooh.
And then from Wyndham, we've got this new Flora and Fauna. So that's got a deeper color palette, but all again, some really rich, really vibrant colors.
Which has got some like gold, a little bit of gold on it.
Yep. So lots of great things. You can always check us out here at the store if you're local to the DC area. Otherwise, you can go to ArtisticArtifacts.com. You can order. We ship nationwide, and we pride ourselves on quick turnaround on our online orders. So today we're going to talk to you a little bit about using differential feed on your serger, specifically on the BERNINA L890, to shape your fabric. So this is what you would see from a regular flat lock or a regular overlock stitch. But with just a couple modifications, you can get a really nice gather. And get to which you could put that into a pillow, you could put that into a garment, and then with a knit fabric, we can also change the stitch, and we can get this nice lettuce edge. And again, this is all with very few modifications to the serger. We don't have to rethread, so that should help a lot. And these techniques are listed and available in the Big Book of Serging. BERNINA is running a promotion on the Big Book of Serging and all of the big books here for the month of February. So if you're seeing this on the 28th February, definitely check it out so that you can get that discount.
What's it? I think 20% discount
20%
on
discount, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start with gathering, and again, lots, the gathering and elastic applications. There's a number of different uses and another number of applications for this. So I'm just going to show you some basic gathering, but if you wanted to put this to gather with this on the to add elastic to a project, this would be a very similar process. And the nice thing in the big books, they have these tables that give you all the different techniques and the stitches that you would use. It tells you, even though with the 890, the tension is set automatically. If you need to make any adjustments, you would be able to. So let's head over to the machine. So again, I've got the L890 here. This is and I've got 3 spools of serger cone thread, all matching serger cone thread in the in my lower looper, upper looper, and in my right needle. So this is we're gonna be doing a 3-thread overlock narrow, and I've got and you can see I've got all of the standard tensions set here. We've got the stitch length set for 2.5 and our differential feed, which is down here the little 1.0 that it means right now. So what is differential feed? So we've got 2 sets of feed dogs on the 890. You can see the one here and the one so we've got 2 sets of feed dogs. At 1.0, these feed dogs are going to operate in synchronized. So they're going to operate at the same speed. When we change the differential feed to something above or below 1, it's going to adjust how the front and back feed dogs, how they are sequenced, so that we get that, we get those effects. Also, if you're having any issue where your fabric is stretching, you can.
Get out of your way.
There we go. So if you have a stretchy fabric and your fabric is stretching, you can adjust the differential feed to help you keep that keep your fabric from stretching. So we're going to start off by just doing a basic overlock. Again, this is a 3-thread overlock wide, and I've got 2 pieces of quilting cotton here, right sides together. So we're just going to do the 3-thread overlock wide, or I'm sorry, narrow. And I'm just taking off a very scant amount on the with the knife. And then one of the nice things about the 890, it just hums along so nicely. So that's our. So we've got the 3-thread overlock narrow here, and that would be for a basic seam. So and I might. Because I've got contrasting thread here, we can kind of see some of the thread, but you can tighten that up with the needle tension. Now let's go to I'm going to the only thing that I'm going to change on my setup here is I'm first off going to increase my stitch length to 4.0. So we were at 2.5. We're going to go up to 4.0, and we're going to increase the differential feed to 2.0. So that's going to take the differential feed all the way to the top. And what that's going to do is it's going to move the back feed dog faster than the front feed dog. We're going to keep the same stitch. And now I'm going to pull out my gathering foot. So this is the gathering foot. This is foot number C18. And you can see on this foot, it's got this little metal piece right there. So that's going to, in addition to having the differential feed, this first feed dog, or this first piece of metal, is going to kind of cover part of the front feed dog. So it's going to, so if we were stitching the ruffle onto a piece of flat fabric, I would feed that flat fabric through the top, and so that it would prevent that from getting caught up in the gather. So again, the gathering foot is number C18. There are, other machines do have different gathering feet. All right. So again, no change to the basic overlock. Now I'm going to take a piece of fabric, and I've got this one folded, and I'm going to trim off, so that then we're going to get a ruffle with a little fold in it. So this is what a technique that I used for when I did my the Christmas stocking, and you can already see how it's starting to gather that fabric. And all I'm doing is holding it straight so that it feeds nicely. Don't have a lot of, not going too fast here. All right. And here we have a really nice gather. So I don't have to sew, any basting stitches and pull. I just have the gather. And then it's just a matter of, attaching it to your project. And again, because I had it folded, we've got that, already finished edge on the bottom. Really beautiful gather on that. And now we're going to move. So I have some stretchy. I've got this is a rib knit, and it's a 1x1. So it's one up, one down. And it's got a little bit of stretch to it. I'm going to switch over to stitch number 8, which is the rolled hem. think it's stitch number 8. That's the 3-thread rolled hem. Let's get the 2-thread rolled hem. 2-thread rolled hem. So we're going to stitch number 13 here. And, and one of the nice things about the 890, it's got this guided mode. So, if you don't change or you don't use a stitch like the rolled hem very often, this is going to walk us through, and you can see there's all the different steps, by the dots on the bottom. So we're going to, it's first telling us to unthread the upper looper. So I just cut the upper looper thread, and now I'm going to pull that through so we don't have the upper looper thread. Just give it a quick, open that up. We're going to change out, we're going to change back to the standard foot, the number C11 foot. And then we've already got the foot pressure adjusted. We've got the needle in the right needle position. We've got the knife activated. We're going to reduce the cutting width from 6 to 5.5. There's my foot. Alrighty. Now we've got the knife attachment. We've got the upper looper activated. But one thing that we are going to change, we are going to put the hook in. So this is the upper looper converter. And so this little hook that normally sits on the edge, we're going to pull that up and over, and I'm going to hook that little point. There's a little divot on the back of the upper looper, and so now that's engaged. And then I'm also going to change I'm going to pull back the stitch finger by going from overlock to rolled hem. So now the stitch finger has been retracted. Put the thread back behind. Got that. And then we've got thread in the right needle and in the lower looper position. And that's all as easy as it is. And if you ever get caught or you aren't sure what an icon means or something, there are several animations. So I just clicked on the lower looper threading. So this is going to show us how to thread the lower looper, and what the thread path is for the lower looper. So that is a great, and again with the 890, we've got air threading. So it's showing us to engage the air threader, push on the foot pedal, and then the thread, comes out here in the
incredible
in the upper looper. So that's how to, so again, there's a lot of, onboard intelligence for the 890, and having the touch screen, really enables us to take the technology to the next level. So now we've got the 2-thread rolled hem selected here. We've got, the standard stitch length is 1.2. And again, we've got the differential feed right now set to 1.0. I'm going to reduce that all the way down to 7.7. Okay. And now that the front loop or the front feed dog is going to move slower than the back feed dog. And that will help us get that wavy lettuce edge. So let's get this all here. Trim some of that thread. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat so that we can.
None so far.
We can certainly ask or answer some questions for you. Alrighty, and I'm just putting the stretch, right below the knife. I do want to trim a little, just a little bit off the knife. And now I'm going to hold my thread on the back, because this is a pretty small stitch length. And I am going to stretch the fabric. I'm going to hold the fabric just a little bit. That also helps get the get that wavy lettuce edge.
So you're just pulling it just slightly.
Just slightly, yes. It's not. I don't want to be super stretchy. I just want to introduce a little bit of stretch or a little bit of tension on the fabric. And the rolled edge, this is the same stitch that we used when I showed you how to make napkins, and finish your hems with napkins, or napkins with the rolled hem. But again, by changing the differential feed, and decreasing it below 1, that's going to shift how the machine feeds the fabric through, and what our result is. Cool. And so we've already got a little bit of the lettuce edge, and then I'm just going to give it a little pull, just to give it a little bit more. And it's not a huge, it's not a really large effect, but certainly you could see putting that on the bottom of a blouse, the bottom of a decorative element on a pillow, on some curtains.
I've seen them on fingerless mitts, where people put it on the felted felted cashmere to make fingerless mitts and stuff. Yeah. And
so that is, and again, we're using the 2-thread rolled hem here. Some people like to put a wash-away stabilizer on top of the fabric to help the thread catch and make sure that it gives a nice finish there. But this is, again, on and then that wash away stabilizer just tears out, and then when you wash it, it eliminates from the fabric. So that's what we've got for differential feed today. This is a great technique. This is really, one of the differential feed is one of those mystery, aspects of a serger, right? You hear people talk about, oh, well, differential feed. Well, that's what it is. It helps you to shape your fabric. It helps you to control your fabric. Again, so that if you've got some stretch, you can help manage that, either to make sure that you get a nice flat seam and a flat project, or if you're looking for something that is to be wavy, you can also make it that way. So, do we have any questions?
No.
Well,
you did a great job. We don't need to ask questions.
Well, again, we've got today is the last day to vote for for Artistic Artifacts in the local quilt store contest. And again, that site is lqscontest.com. This is hosted by Annie, who are makers of great bag patterns. They also make the soft and stable product that's very popular. So we appreciate by Annie hosting the event, and we look forward to seeing what the results are here very soon. And again, we've got the Vest of Many Colors workshop next week. We've got the Stitchwise event early in April, and then we've got the Creative Summit at the end of April. So so many things coming up here in very quick order. We're so happy that the snow has melted and that we're starting to see the first signs of spring here in Alexandria. Hopefully you have a great day, and thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.